Father Chris Alar, and welcome to Ask a Marian. You know, we get a lot of questions on purgatory, but Clara in Garden Grove, California specifically asks, Father, I read a lot about the fires of purgatory. Now, are these literally real fires or just symbolic? Well, Clara, that's a great question, and I found a great answer from the wisdom of our beloved Father Seraphim. God rest his soul. Father Seraphim passed away just a few weeks ago, but he left us a lot of spiritual wisdom. Let's take a listen.
When we look at what mercy is, it is love bending down to misery to alleviate it or remove it. And the greatest misery is not to be. And that accounts for the great first act of God's mercy, which is creation. And of all creation, God chose the human being to be able to be in very intimate relationship with himself. And it was St. James who in his letter points out, doesn't the scripture tell us that God is jealous and he jealously desires the Spirit which he has made to dwell in us? Because the human being was formed from the dust of the earth, molded, and into the nostrils God breathed his Spirit, so that our personality is dependent on that Spirit. And we are, as a result, spirit, soul, or mind, and body. And they are intertwined to bring us to the fullness where eventually we become spiritualized and able to be united to God who is Spirit and return to him, so that we may, as St. Peter points out, be partakers of the divine nature, to become eternal as God. And so, through the fall, we did not merit to be united to God. And it's not so much merit, it's just impossible, because God is all holiness, all perfection. And by rebellion, which sin is, we separate ourselves, we cut off that divine breath in us from his divine breath, which he is. And so the Lord had to find a way, because he would not give up on us. He would not allow us to fall away and not belong to him anymore. We are of his very breath. And so in his mercy, so that he would not have to cut us off totally forever, he made it possible for us to go through a process of cleansing, which we call purgatory. And we speak of flames of purgatory, something that burns, because in a sense it's fire that purges, like purifies metals by melting them down and removing the dross, the dirt, until it's pure again. And this is what this fire of purgatory is to do for us. But what is that fire? When Sister Faustina was led into purgatory and asked the souls, what is their greatest suffering? They answered that it is longing for God. Longing for God is that fire which must grow to such a height that it removes all self and allows God to take full possession of our spirits again. And so it is a mercy, because we could, on our own, never come to that purity that is necessary for our spirits to be united. And the Lord allows this special process by which we can be cleansed of any impediment to union with him. And that's what we call purgatory. And we are able to be helped by the communion of merits which exists between the saints in heaven, saints and angels in heaven, the souls in purgatory, and the faithful on earth. And it is through our prayers, our thanking God for being merciful to us, for giving us another chance, thanking him for having paid all the penalty for our infidelity, and making it possible for us to receive the fruit of the excessive love that he poured out upon us by bending himself to suffering all the worst things that any human being could possibly, and all human beings together. And having tasted that hell, because it was an act of love on his part, to rise again and to bring us up again from our fall when we adhere to him in obedience and love.